Welcome to High Desert Highlights. I'm Steele Haugen. That's Peyton Thomas. And Peyton, we have made it to the postseason.
I know, it's all about the playoffs tonight, and we begin in 5A. Steele, Caldera, Summit, Redmond, all in first round action tonight. We have playoffs for both the boys and the girls side this week. The girls in all of their games in the opening round starting tonight.
Yeah, and we'll start in Redmond. Second half, this is Aspen Morris. Short little jump shot here. And Ava Bergensen with the pull-up jumper for LaSalle. Aslan Urs says, anything you can do, I can do better. She pulls up from a deep three-pointer, a bang. And this is Freya Snow assisting it to Morris. That's too easy. Bergensen is keeping the Falcons in this game. That's a deep three. And look at this play by LaSalle. Alley-oop to Bergensen. Oh my.
That's a high school play right there. That's some talented ball movement.
And Noah Bartley ends up scoring on a scramble there. They're creeping back in this game. Bergensen then drives to the rim, and then Mecklick Wonderwilson ends the third quarter with a transition bucket. Panthers have a 43-36 lead at the end of the third. Fourth quarter, that was Bergensen there. One-woman army. This is Morris, too strong down low for the Panthers. Misses the first, not the second. Great effort, and this time again, Morris, bucket, and the foul. Here come the Panthers. Morris, she can do it from anywhere. And this time, Mylena Norton, hard drive to the hoop, and then let it snow, let it snow, let it Freya Snow, back-to-back buckets. And Peyton, check out this play near the end of the game. This is Lindsay Kapanowski. But
there she goes.
We're going to look at this one more time.
I just don't know how you even think to do that in a basketball game. That's just good thinking, and her teammate on the same page right there too.
Great play, but the game was well out of hand at this point. The Panthers on to the next round. They defeated LaSalle 62-43. And that was a great win for the Panthers. They were in control almost that entire game, a little close, but then they ended up dealing with that kind of pressure. And I did end up talking to Freya Snow at the end of the game to hear what she had to say about this game and the next one.
We really just played together. We came in as a whole, and we fought for each other because we've been working so hard together. The least we can do is fight for each other. Really just playing as a team. When we play with each other and for each other, it's a whole different mindset because we want to win for each other and for our seniors, especially for all the hard work we put in.
Yeah, and after the game, here's the Panthers celebrating its league title and victory tonight, cutting down the old net, Peyton.
You know, they didn't have much drama at the end of the regular season for cutting down the nets because I think they clinched it like with 2 or 3 games to go. Just dominant through conference play, 10-0, and then getting through the first round. They're going to be a handful to deal with. For now, we go over to Summit, also at home tonight. The winner of this game takes on Redmond in the first round of the state tournament. Storm up in the final quarter. Jade Durfee with the layup, then passed over the top to Kaylin Christ. Almost goes out. She saves it, and then, well, the Eagles looked like they were first to it. Storm swipe it right back. Williams over to Christ. Storm on a 16-2 roll after that one, going back to midway through the third quarter, and they coast from there. Summit dominant in the second half. They advance a 54-37 win over Eagle Point.
Yeah, and those results, they bring us to our 5A bracket heading to the state tournament next week. The other local teams in action tonight was Caldera, who they were defeated by West Albany 58-35 on the road.
Yeah, still you can see Caldera as the 10 seed right behind you there. West Albany takes one down, but I think this quadrant of the bracket, the one we're focused on from now on, Summit versus Redmond. So one Central Oregon team is guaranteed to appear in the semifinal and likely against top-seeded Crater. We'll see what happens in that one.
Yeah, and you never know. They played each other, but this is the playoffs. Anything can happen, right?
Yeah, all right. Well, Summit, Redmond set to face off in McMinnville when the state tournament kicks off next week, or in McMinnville. Stay right there. 4A and below coming up after the break. Welcome back to High Desert Highlights. The Crook County Cowgirls punching their ticket to the postseason this year after securing their own Tri-Valley Conference title.
They went 10-0 in the TVC, and the Crook County, they're the 8th seed, and they hosted Astoria, who was the 9 seed tonight. It was a packed house for the Cowgirls. Here's the opening little handshakes. Now Astoria throws it down to Emery Young, but blocked. One more look, that was Casey Vanderholt a few plays later. It is Young with the offensive rebound and the bucket for Astoria. This time it's Roberta Chavez Perez with a little fancy move down low. But here's Emily Henderson, strong drive to the hoop for the Cowgirls. Now Chavez Perez, she hits this, she lines it up, and she's fired up after making the three, and Astoria, they were in control early. Now Mallory Dundas, strong move, and Astoria takes a 9-6 lead, low-scoring game at the end of the first quarter. Now, to the second quarter, Young with another chance. Crook County can't keep her off the glass, but here comes the Cowgirls. That was Harper Smith, not one, but to the exact same spot.
Smooth jumper right there. She's nailing them.
And the bank's open for Brooklyn Avalon and the Fisherwoman, but look at this ball movement, Peyton. That leaves an open Emily Henderson in the corner. That's good. Now the Crook County girls, they're on to the next round after beating Astoria 59-46.
And some smooth shooting from the outside as well. That's going to be a tough team to take down as long as they have their shooters working.
It took a while to get going, but once they started seeing that fall in the basket, it was game over.
All right, here's our side of the 4A girls bracket for Crook County. They have top seeded matchup coming up to start the state tournament as the 8th seed. That's always what happens if you get through the round.
Yeah, but you made it this far, might as well keep winning.
All right, now over to the boys' side, the Sisters Outlaws making the second round of the 3A playoffs on Saturday, taking on Valley Catholic, and this game tight throughout the bucket early in the fourth, making it a 1-point ball game. Sisters tried to get leads throughout this ball game and just were a step behind for most of it. Valley Catholic answers right here with the triple later on in the fourth quarter. Outlaws get it to Kale Gardner. Gardner, he goes in tough to the lane and finds the reward. An and one opportunity goes.
That's strength. That was a tough finish right there.
He knocks down the free throw. 2 minutes to play now. Sisters trailing by a pair, not for long. Scott ties it up. Valley Catholic, the quick answer though, inside, just shoves his man off and goes off the glass. Outlaws not backing down. Gardner inside, goes for it again. He misses the first one, but the second chance points, he cleans his own missed shot up. Sisters wins back to possession. 10 seconds to go now, down by 1. The Outlaws call a timeout with 1.7 seconds remaining, trailing by 1. Here's the play of the game. They inbounding from the baseline. You know they had this one drawn up. Scott finds the separation, goes to the glass. No good. It's off the mark. The Outlaw bench starts screaming for a goaltend, and I'll let you be the judge. Steele?
Close call. Let's see it.
I know we've looked at this one many times from a few different angles, and it's really difficult to tell whether that ball was touched at all, whether it was touched before or after it hit the backboard. Regardless, no goaltend, one of the closest ways to end a game. Heartbreak on the road for Sisters. Valley Catholic advances 44-43. What a game.
Yeah, what a contest, honestly.
Yeah, now down to 2A. Trinity Lutheran in the 2A quarterfinals from Pendleton up against Regis, and the Rams are in front early in the fourth. They're getting things working, forcing the Saints turnover, but the Saints start to get the shooters working, trying to keep this thing close. Chimmy Gilbert for 3. He cuts that back to a 4-point ball game, but Regis, they can match a triple of their own from the corner. Trinity Lutheran trying to keep pace from beyond the arc and get the next one to fall, but it rings out, and Regis, they make them pay for it in transition. They swing it around, and that's a 6-point swing right there when you miss 1-3, and on the other end, the Rams get it to go. Trinity down double digits now, a few minutes to go. Points going to be at a premium. They find the 2 inside with Jackson Carroll. Minute later, inside another quick possession bucket from Gilbert. Saints trying to force turnovers any way they can. They get one here. In the front court, Cooper Garris finds his way to the rack. 2 for him. Again, Trinity Lutheran down the stretch, still having some trouble, and it was Regis who got the shots to fall, and they take down Trinity Lutheran 77-67. The Saints dropped the consolation bracket this morning. They lost 68-51 to East Lynn, sealing their fate. They are eliminated from postseason play.
Yeah, great season, just couldn't get through.
And first one in 2A, not a bad showing for them.
Not at all. Yeah, you're right, first season 2A. Now, let's go to 2A. There are a few other games to look out in
4A.
the 4A classification, move from 2A to 4A. This is both Madras and Crook County in the first round playoff action. Madras at home versus Scappoose, and Crook County at home versus Hidden Valley.
All right, 5A boys matchups to look out for tomorrow, coming up after the break. It's time to look ahead in the next 24 hours. All 3 5A boys teams from here on the High Desert will tip off in first-round playoff games. Steele, we have a look at the bracket, and what's sticking out to you? I know that Redmond game up on the 3 seed, they got one at home against Canby.
Battle of the Cats, Panthers versus the Cougars, always a fun one, and they should get the job done. Maybe the most, I want to say underrated, but overachieved team, the Redmond Panthers this year, perhaps. And
yeah. It's tough to not win your conference and end up as the 3 seed in the 5A bracket, so taking on the 14 there. But let's not forget about the top-ranked Caldera Wolfpack. How about that? Just a couple years into having a team in 5A, of course. Caldera, brand new school. This is their first time as the top seed. They're taking on Crater.
And they had a fantastic season, and they're taking on the Comets as the #1 seed, finishing 3rd in the league like we just talked about. So great regular season for them. Let's see what they can do in the postseason.
And then finally, Steel hiding down there behind you, Summit taking on South Albany at home.
And that's the IMC league leaders,
right.
League titles, defending champions, all 3 in the bracket. Fantastic.
And all 3 on different sides of the bracket. So everybody has a chance to make a deep run. They'll all start at home tomorrow night. We'll be back here next weekend with all the updates for another High Desert Highlights.